So we're here at this is Art Heinemann, by the way. He's our most famous farmer, you know, and quite honestly, he's the only farmer that has adapted our technology and used it consistently for 3 years in a row. And today we're here in the middle of his farm, and we're going to go, you know, all through the entire farm. We're going to learn all about his farm, and we're going to learn about Art and what he's been doing, and we're going to share your life story, your life experiences, and it's really about knowing the know-how and what you've learned and what you've experienced as a farmer for how many years now?
Well, let me see. I've been doing it on a considerable, more than a backyard garden scale for probably since 1994. So that'd be 25 years. 25 years. So it's 25 years that you've been a commercial farmer. Yeah.
Right?
More or less. Yeah.
More or less. And you first started in what year?
Well, I actually started earlier than that. I was actually attempting to do that earlier, like as early as 1985, say. 1985. Yeah, 1985.
And when did you buy this farm, this land?
1979.
1979.
Right.
So that was the beginning of buying this in '79 was the
beginning of.
Was the first seed you planted?
It was the beginning of my farming, of me being a farmer. 'Cause I wasn't always a farmer. I was born in the city, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you know what?
What?
I want to know all about that.
Okay.
I want to learn all about that.
Okay.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah, right.
But right now,
right.
I want to know about your grapes.
Okay.
Okay, because we got here.
Yeah.
And we found that you've got over 100 varieties of things here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
On roughly 10 acres.
Right.
And so what we want to do is we want to go, you know, fruit by fruit,
sure.
vegetable by vegetable.
Okay.
You know, taste them, do bricks testing on them.
Right.
Gather some information about them.
Right.
And then we're going to do our own little research to find out how does that compare what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and your know-how and your techniques along with our technology. How does that compare to the average?
Yeah.
You know,
I'd like to know too. I don't really know.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So
because I look at what conventional farmers are doing, and I'm impressed. You know, so I don't even know how. But I do have some stuff that's impressive in its own way, you know, because I'm not striving necessarily for the same commercial goals that they are. I never, for one thing, I never sacrifice flavor and quality just for purely superficial characteristics.
Understood.
Yeah,
and that's
a temptation that, you know, that's always there, you know. Because of the bottom line, you know.
Yeah, of course, you have to survive.
You have to survive.
You have to make money.
We're all under that pressure, you know.
Understood.
Yeah.
You know, but it's good that you keep your personal values and integrity on that.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
Like I overheard you on the phone.
Yeah.
You know, saying when you were selling to the woman at the corner store.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that was the name of the customer.
Yeah.
From what I gathered. I'm sorry. I was eavesdropping on your phone call.
Yeah. Chimicum Farm Stand.
Chimicum Farm Stand.
Yep.
So it was interesting because you said we look for the indicators when it starts to fall off the tree. You know, that's when you know they're ready to be picked.
Right.
But we don't pick the one that fell off the tree.
Right.
We pick them ourselves. If
right.
it falls off the tree,
yeah.
we don't sell them.
Right.
And I said, wow, that's because I would think, okay, it just fell off the tree. It's got to be right.
Yeah.
But no, once it hits the ground, you don't touch it.
No, I don't touch it.
All right. That's very honorable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what?
In general, I do make exceptions. Like the other day, I donated a couple of boxes to my neighbor because we have a kind of like a deal with the use of the land, and I did include some windfalls, but I told her they were windfalls.
You told her.
I told her
that's cute, dude.
Right.
You call it a windfall.
Windfall. Yeah, right.
A windfall in business is called, you know,
like lots of money.
Lots of money. Good luck. I had a windfall.
Right.
Right. A windfall is, you know, my fruit fell.
Yeah,
so I guess it was a windfall because you didn't have to physically pick it.
Right.
You didn't have to pick it up.
Right.
All right. Very cool. Well, listen.
Okay.
I want to get in this.
Okay. Let's look at.
Tell me about this vine, about this bush, about what happened. I mean,
okay.
You're telling me that. I remember you were saying that your grapes were growing out of control. Tell me, compared to last year, what's happened here?
Well, what's happened here is that this was out of control. The grapes weren't trained at all. They were quite actually well-developed plants, but they were they were kind of like gnarly. You couldn't even tell by looking at them what was going on, because where where they came out, the trunks and the vines were all over the place and in the ground too. And wherever a vine would touch the ground, it put out a new root, you know. So there was all kinds of tangled. A new plant starts wherever it touches the ground. So as you can see, we didn't finish the job. So
this is all vine here.
Yeah, this is what it looked like. The whole thing looked like this last year.
So
we're only half done here. This is a work in progress.
Okay, so all of these vines.
Yeah.
This was all on the ground.
This was all on the ground.
And then it started taking up new roots. So you said you needed to organize it.
Yeah, we had to organize it, and
so you had one of you guys build all of this, or you did it yourself?
Yes. No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't do this myself. A wonderful retired gentleman from Mexico. He doesn't speak a word of English. He just showed up in the spring, and I'd already done business with him, so I knew he was a good man. You know,
awesome.
I'd helped his brother had grown peaches in Omak. And he just showed up about 10 years ago and said, well, my brother has some organic peaches. Could you help me sell them? And so I said, sure, I'll just sell them to my regular customers. So he just hopped in his van and I went over the mountain and I helped him sell his organic peaches, and it worked.
Nice.
And this was amazing because we didn't even have paperwork with us or anything. Now you probably couldn't do this now, but we did it 10 years ago. You could still do this because they knew me. They knew I wouldn't lie, and so it all worked, you know. So I already knew him from before.
So you had a relationship?
We had a relationship already, and he just showed up.
He just showed up this spring?
He just showed up this spring and said, I want to help you. And so I put him to work, and he pruned the trees, and he helped me with a few other tasks.
And then he built this.
And then I said, yeah, could you help me with these grapes? I said, ¿sabe usted cómo entrenar uvas? And he said, sí. No. Excuse me. He said, no. He had no experience.
He had no experience. But then he figured it out.
But he figured it out because he was smart, and he was a worker, and so he figured it out. He uprooted the ones that couldn't be saved, and
he had to really figure this out because when you look in here, this is done.
Yeah, this is done.
This is done in a pretty interesting manner.
Yeah,
because it's there, the trellis is there.
Yeah,
and all the grapes. Are growing.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of
grapes in there. Yeah,
there's a lot.
Of grapes in there.
And so this thing is growing out of control.
Yeah,
you know, and so is it you expecting him to come back and then finish this other half here?
Yeah, we're gonna finish this other half.
And then what are you gonna do? Like bridge it over so that
I think we might make it into a kind of like a room or something, you know, with the grapes hanging from the ceiling, you know.
Okay, just gonna bring this thing up.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It'll be a house of grapes.
That's a house of grapes. Yeah.
So this is what I'd like to do.
Okay.
I mean, maybe look at this. Just look at this. This is like a window of grapes here.
Yeah.
You just pull away the leaves, and you just got thousands. You can't even pull away the leaves. It's too many. There's grapes everywhere.
Grapes everywhere. Yeah.
I want to. Help me find a good grape that we could do a brick test on.
Let's see if we can find one that's actually almost ripe. Let's try.
Let's try one.
Well, let's try this. This isn't ripe. It's not quite ripe. I think the color is going to tell you. If we could get one with better color.
Let's try tasting this.
I don't think they're quite there yet. When they're pink, they're getting ripe, but
oh my God, they're delicious.
They're already good. They'll be better. What, do you want to test one?
You tell me.
Yeah, they're not quite there, but they're getting there. I would guess they're above. What would you guess?
I don't know.
They taste like they might be 18, but I think when they're really sweet, they'd be over 20.
Even these are just delicious.
Yeah.
Even the green ones are delicious.
Here, I think this might be a little bit better. Here.
I don't want to throw it away.
Okay.
But just try, just pick one here.
Is that sweeter? The pink one? They taste perfectly good to me, but there's a sliding scale. They can be good and they can be better.
All right, let's just pick one and test it.
Yeah, let's pick one.
All right, here we go. All right. So, you're the master. You tell me what it says. Man, these things are just falling off. Delicious.
Well, it's already 19. And they're not as sweet as they're going to get. They're going to be well over 20. I would guess they'll probably be 25.
What kind of grapes are these?
Those are a variety called Suffolk Red. So you can see they're not really red yet. So they're not really ripe yet. Yeah, they'll kind of get a bright pink when they're really
They
ripe.
have such a nice tang to them.
Oh yeah, but they're already good. They're 19 bricks right now.
Okay, I can't. These are seedless.
Yeah, seedless. Yeah,
Wow, these things are amazing.
yeah.
How long have you been growing these for?
I can't actually remember, but
Well, when did you start?
I can't remember. I think it was sometime in the last 10 years that we started this.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, huh? You started this 10 years ago. Well, sometime in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But when did it start growing out of control like this?
It was pretty bad the last year or two. Yeah. And it was worse last year than the year before. So last year there were a lot of grapes, but it was very difficult to get to them because everything was so tangled, you know. You had to really do a lot of work to find a bunch of grapes.
Because it was laying on the floor.
Yeah, and everything was run together. Very difficult to find them.
I can't stop eating these things.
Well, good. That's what it's all about. But these have not achieved their full potential. But they're already good.
When are they supposed to be ready?
I would say, you know, maybe in a week or so.
Because these things are delicious.
Good.
So you're ready to start delivering this.
Yeah, I'm ready to start selling this to the fruit and raw food people.
Oh my God.
They'll love this. I just didn't have enough for them last year because they were too hard to find. But these are easy to find.
I am blown away. Let me have that.
Yeah.
I want to see that myself. You mentioned something about the cloudiness of this.
Yeah. Is that cloudy?
Oh, you cleaned it.
I cleaned it. You want to try another one?
Yeah, let's grab another one.
See if it's cloudy or not.
Let's just grab any one right off the top. 19. This one's 18 and a half, actually.
Uh-huh. Is it cloudy or clear cut?
It's got 2 lines of cloudy. Yeah, it's got 2 lines from 18 and a half to 20 and a half. It's cloudy.
That's good.
Yeah. That is amazing. That is amazing. Oh, you know, look at that. Oh, wow. Yeah, the cloudiness is there.
It is. I'd like
Yeah.
to see it because I haven't really. Oh yeah.
You see it?
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not a clear cut line, is it? It's a fuzzy line. Yeah.
What and explain, what does that fuzzy line mean?
It means that there's more angles of refraction or bending
Right.
of the light, because that's what a refractometer does. It bends the sunlight depending upon what's in the solution on the plate. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's that an indication of?
It's an indication of soluble solids. So it doesn't have to be one. It could be one of a number of things that are soluble solids. Like it could be sugar, or it could be minerals or flavor compounds and other things.
So is it just, so being cloudy is an indication that there's a lot more going on.
There's a lot more going on.
There's a lot more going on,
Yeah.
and that's a good indicator that it's a healthier fruit.
That's right. That's right.
Because
Yeah.
of either more solids, more minerals,
Mhm.
or more sugar.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. And is that the standard for any fruit?
I think that's pretty much true. Yeah.
With any fruit. So if it's cloudy, if there's, because you have a demarcation line that I
Yeah,
see, right?
right.
So just to explain, when you're looking in there, and I don't know if there's a way of looking in there with the camera, probably not,
Probably not.
you know, but the line that's all white, that's the sugar level.
Yeah.
The area that's white, that's the sugar level.
Right.
And then it starts to turn blue.
Right.
And then usually it's a fine line. It means like it's definitive. Here's the sugar.
Here, yeah.
And here's the rest of the fruit.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But if there's a cloudiness between the white and the blue, usually it's a darker blue. It's just more cloudy. That's an indication that there's a lot more either minerals, more sugar to be had, and you said more
flavor compounds.
More flavor compounds.
Yeah.
That is interesting. What's the name of this variety?
Suffolk Red.
Suffolk Red.
Yeah. Which it's actually not red, it's actually pink.
It's actually pink.
Pink, yeah.
And so, I guess my last question is, we just have to find out what is a standard Brix level for Suffolk Red.
Yeah, what is good? Yeah, we need to find out.
Okay, good. We'll write that down.
I know though that these aren't completely right, but they're already edible. They're already good.
Excellent. And is the vine normally this green?
It's normally, I don't believe it's normally, I have never seen so much new growth on it as this year.
So, Art, if we had to sum up, this grapevine explosion here that you have here, tell us what was the most impressive thing that's happened over the last 3 years since you've been using Harvest Harmonics technology?
Well, I don't think I had a movable device last year.
Right.
And the first year it was only on the water to the field. I don't think it was plumbed in right here. So I don't think it got it the first year.
So I
don't think it got it the second year. And then the third year it's plumbed in at the source where the irrigation water comes into the farm. And so everything on the farm is getting it.
So now
everything that's being irrigated from the irrigation district is getting the water.
Okay, so 2017 is when you first started using the technology. 2018, you used some more.
Right.
But in 2019, you attached the pipe, and now the entire farm is getting the technology.
Right.
Okay, so tell us about the vine and what's happened over the last 3 years. Did you ever have a vine like this for the last 3 years?
Well, I never know. I think it never caught my attention like this. This is it was beyond belief. The new growth.
The new growth.
The new growth was beyond belief. It was it was totally unexpected. I think they have grown. I've never pruned them until these were cut back to practically nothing, and so all of what you see here is new growth. So before we hadn't pruned them, so I couldn't tell. It was difficult to tell what was new growth and what was old growth. So they were getting pretty long and rank.
Okay.
But it was. But when you prune it back to practically nothing and then it grows, it's very impressive.
So you pruned all of this back to nothing.
Not completely nothing, just about 4 arms per plant.
Okay. And they were on the floor.
They had been.
And now, this is what grew this year.
Yeah, this is what grew this year.
And the only thing you changed was?
The only thing we changed was the water.
The technology.
Yeah, I haven't foliar fed them. We haven't fertilized them. We haven't done anything.
You didn't fertilize them or foliar feed them like you've done the rest of the farm?
No. The rest of the farm I've done, yeah. This is kind of like a sideshow here. But we like grapes though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on a second. So basically, all of this extended growth, which you said this caught you by surprise.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've never seen this before?
No.
Never before this year?
Never. And when I go by commercial grape plantings, they don't look like this. They look more orderly. This is like this is almost so explosive that it's out of its place.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even fit. It wouldn't even fit their little grid in a commercial winery.
I know what they look like.
Yeah, they're very well mannered. These are not well mannered.
My family comes from southern Italy. I got my uncle there. We do grapes all the time.
Yeah,
we grow all the time. I've been there so many years.
And so
I know what grapevines look like.
So these don't look like
this. This does not look like your normal grapevines.
No.
So this is mind blowing to me. But
yeah,
it's not important when it's mind blowing to me.
Right.
You're saying that this is mind blowing to
It's
you.
mind blowing to me. Yeah.
You've never seen this before.
I've never seen
and
this
you did
before.
no fertilizer and no foliar feeding.
Nothing.
Well, look, here's the deal.
Okay.
Right there.
Uh-huh.
To the wine country.
Uh-huh.
We've got something that you want to see and you want to see yourself. Seeing is believing. I love this.